I've written a script that's uncovered the optimal defensive rotations, and I'm going to reveal the results exclusively in this video. It's analysed the clean sheet odds and the fixture difficulty ratings, plus every defence in this video is better than the Premier League average. First up is the combination of Palace and Brentford. This is the best combination in terms of guaranteeing a 4.5mm defender from each team. It's worth noting that that is strictly for defenders. Whilst this video is being recorded, there isn't a nailed goalkeeper for Brentford. If Flecken gets the first team spot, he's only 4.5mm. Then you'd rotate him with either Johnson or Guaita. They're both 4.5mm as well. It would depend on who's playing in pre-season. If this combination does become an option, it will be the best one of all the 4.5mm goalkeeper rotations because it's got the highest projected clean sheet points when you combine them together. If you pick a 4.5mm defender from each team, you're spoilt for choice. For the Brentford defender, I prefer Pinnock because of his XG. I do like Henry as well though. As for Palace, I prefer Ward out of all of them because he's got the most promising underlying stats since Hodgson came in. Looking at the fixtures, you can see why the script has picked out this combination. There's 13 easy ones out of 18, and don't forget that the dark green ones are easier than the light green ones. The only drawback is, there is a difficult fixture in blank game week 18. That's because Brentford are one of the teams that blank, so we're left with Palace as the only option, and they've got a difficult fixture. It is better to have that fixture last instead of first, because we might have even wildcarded by then anyway. Next up is a game-breaking combination, and I wouldn't have found it but for Drafthound. They provided the clean sheet odds for the full season, and my script analysed that data. Personally, I strongly recommend getting a pro subscription for Drafthound this season. The best features for me are the expected minutes, expected points, probability of returning, and the predicted lineups. If you want to access these features and gain an advantage in FPL, click the link in the description down below and become a pro subscriber. I also have a pro subscription, and I only recommend products to my audience that I find useful. The combination that it's managed to pick out is Arsenal and Chelsea, and if we get a 4.5mm defender from each team, this is by far the highest points projection in terms of clean sheet points and fixture difficulty ratings as well. There's actually a decent chance of this being viable. If we look at the Arsenal 4.5mm defenders, there's Tierney, Tomiyasu, Kiwior and Holding. As for Chelsea, there's Chalobah, Colwill, Badiashile, Fofana and Hall. It does look quite promising as well. A few of these players have been playing in the first team in pre-season and they've got plenty of minutes. Obviously there's a chance that either team starts the season without a defender under 5mm that's nailed. If that's the case, I don't think it's worth it. I wouldn't spend more than 9mm on a rotation pairing defence. Just like the last pairing of Palace and Brentford, there is a difficult fixture. The benefit of this one is that you can actually choose between the two of them. So if Arsenal's defending better than Chelsea, you could pick them. Or if Chelsea's got higher clean sheet odds, you could go for them instead. At least we've got a choice. What brings the projected clean sheet points right to the top of the pile for this combination is the fact they've got 13 easy fixtures with 10 very easy fixtures and the 2 decent defences, especially Arsenal's. There is one negative. We only get 8 home fixtures and 10 away fixtures, but based on everything else that we've discussed, I wouldn't let this put you off. This is the best combination if possible. If we don't manage to get a 4.5mm defender from Arsenal, Chelsea do rotate well with Newcastle. Out of all the 4.5mm pairings, this has got the second highest projected clean sheet points on Drafthound. Obviously that doesn't sound too good being second best, but look at all the combinations below this with 4.5mm defenders. In fact, if there is no Arsenal defender for 4.5mm available, this is actually the best combination that's possible. The Newcastle option that we'd be going for is of course Botman. He's been underpriced at 4.5mm. Whilst we would have to put up with 2 difficult fixtures opposed to 1, Newcastle and Chelsea's defences are slightly better than Palace's and Brentford's. This combination itself only provides 11 easy fixtures, so you've got to figure out whether you prefer the clean sheet odds of this combination or you prefer the fixture difficulty ratings of the other one. I said only 11 easy fixtures like that's bad. That's just in comparison to the other combination, but actually 11 easy fixtures and 2 difficult ones is not bad at all. That's extremely favourable. Don't forget there's plenty of dark greens as well. Like I mentioned earlier on in the video, they're the easiest possible and there's no dark reds either. When it comes to the ratio of home and away games, it really depends who you pick in game week 11. If you go with Newcastle against Arsenal at home, then you get 9 home fixtures and 9 away fixtures. If you've made it to this point in the video, you're clearly finding it informative. So if you've not already, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos like this. Now for the last combination, which is Newcastle and Brentford. According to the Drafthound data, if we can't get an Arsenal defender or a Chelsea defender for 4.5mm, this is the best combination. This solution will always be available because Botman's nil for Newcastle and there's plenty 4.5mm defenders available from Brentford. This is the only combination that has no difficult fixtures, plus it's the only combination that's got 10 home fixtures and 8 away fixtures. The only problem is, it still ranks lower than Brentford and Palace on the fixture difficulty ratings because there's only 11 easy fixtures and there's more dark greens on the other one. In the script, there's not much difference between the points. You get 5 for a dark green and 4 for a light green, but it does make the world of a difference when there is quite a few of them. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're considering any of these defensive rotations and if you've spotted any yourself.